What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the map and the map size for Hogwarts Legacy. I know this has been one of the most requested videos to make, so here we go. And before I jump too far in, let me just say a couple things. I do want to talk about Ollivander/Diagon Alley. That will probably be the next video you guys see from me. And then if there's anything you guys want to see specifically, any aspect of the state of play, any specific aspect of, the game in general, let me know in the comments so we can kind of break down every individual thing. I'm trying to do a video every other day, and like I said, I got a couple other ideas myself, and then we can really just start to take your guys' suggestions, so let me know. All right, the center point of this video is that the map is ginormous. Now, this is something that was pointed out really early in the game, and that is, this map really only shows part of what you'd imagine, part of the game. So you see numbers, you see like 6-6, 6-5, 6-4. Then you get the 5s, below it. And what a lot of people are speculating, which I think has to kind of be right, is that, well, obviously 6, you could go higher. It could be higher than 6. You can maybe have like a Sector 7, Sector 8, so on, but you have to have lower than that, right? So you have 5s, you have some of the 5s, but you also don't have all of the 6s. You don't even have all of the 5s, right? You have 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 4. There is no 6, 3 through 1. And then same thing with 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 4. Again, there's no 3 through 1 as well. So you're missing half of that. And then you're also probably missing sectors 1 through 4. Now, the thing I want to kind of make, well, it's kind of predictions. It's also kind of just commentary, right? I have no doubt the map is going to be, again, gigantic, which is, in a way, it's kind of weird to say it, right? Does it sound like we're kind of dissing the game when I say, or when I'm dissing the game when I say I didn't really expect it to be this big? But I think that's kind of fair, right? They put most of the focus on Hogwarts, on literally the castle, and now you have like this entire outscope of the world. Now, I do think, okay, there's going to be a little bit more than just this in terms of where you can go outside of the school walls, right? But at the same time, let me say this. I don't think the map is going to be huge, but I do think it's possible that other sectors aren't as big as this sector. And I also would say just because we're seeing it on a map doesn't necessarily mean it's going to actually be this gigantic or it's going to be that filled with life. I hope it's filled with life, and it should be filled with life, but I'm not saying every single inch of this map is going to be filled with something to do in the game. We do have a couple, like, it looks like there's almost like, it's not a temple, but by 5, 6, you see like that swirly, it's got like a circle kind of like summoning pattern. That probably is something. Those mushroom-looking mountain things in between 6-5 and 6-4, that's probably something, right? So you can kind of see a couple of individual areas you would go. But another thing, I'm kind of thinking with this too, right, is like, well, what's Hogwarts School? What is that considered in this game? Is that considered like sectors 1 through 4? Is that considered sectors 1 and 2? Like, what exactly is it, right? And then all of the other, like, we know Gringotts will be in it. Is that a sector, or does that count? Does that not count? I assume it does, right? Because if we're gonna try to like number everything, if we're literally using like numerals for it, and you could even consider it like not really a code, right? But every number, I guess, goes to a location. I think Gringotts would be like labeled with a number. I think Hogwarts would be labeled with a number. So again, I have no doubt the map is gigantic, and this is, again, it's awesome. Like, I didn't really expect the outskirts of Hogwarts to look as big or to be as big as it probably will be, right? When they were showing the state of play, and they were, you see a lot of Hogwarts, but then they say, okay, well, there's stuff outside of the walls as well, right? There's Hogsmeade. So what's Hogsmeade? Is Hogsmeade a sector 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? And you know what I mean? So again, I guess what I'm kind of saying is like Hogsmeade could be an entire sector, and it could just be smaller. The second number, the dash number, they could just be smaller locations that they're covering is pretty much what I'm suggesting here. And I think that'll probably be the case, because most of this game, I'd imagine, is going to be at the school, probably like 60-40. That's just my speculation, but and by the way, that's kind of a good thing, right? Because when you look at this map, or you can imagine what the rest of the map would look like, that's huge. So how big is Hogwarts? How gigantic? Now, and Hogwarts may not even be as gigantic as you could imagine, but the amount of stuff you're doing in it, right? Going to all of these classes, all of the friends are there, all of the teachers are there, maybe some of the battles are there, right? Like, you can imagine doing a lot. Quidditch, side missions that are there, side activities that are there. Not too much you can honestly say about it overall besides, I would say, what I said. When we were looking at the skills and abilities, remember that part of the state of play? At the top, like, map was an option. So I that's going to be an interesting one. I think specifically, I think it's valid. I don't think, but like, I'm not shaming or I'm not saying anything like that. When it comes to an open world game, when people talk about the map is very, very important. It's way more important for an open world game than, honestly, I would argue, any other, game that exists out there, because you do want to see how big is it and where can you go and what are the different activities you can do in each zone, right? Each sector. I mean, those are very important. In fact, it's maybe the most important for an open world game. So it's going to be something that I think people have questions of throughout it, and hopefully we continue to get answers as we get closer. Probably not. We probably won't get the full scale of the map until it probably leaks. Let's be real. These kind of things leak like a week or 2 or 3 before the game comes out. We'll probably see the full map then, and then officially we'll see it in the game when we all get to play it, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Again, leave in the comments any other suggestions you want me to cover. I'll shout you out, when I make the video on it. We'll give you the shout out there. If you guys want to follow me anywhere else, all of my social media, including our Patreon and YouTube memberships, are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.